there has been a lot that has been evolving in the meta of ZvT, but the good old Lingbane Muta is still very much a thing. Like, you know, the meta hasn't shifted that much. Sure, a couple of other compositions have become more popular over time, but you can still go for it.
Muta Lingbane, that's one of those compositions that's been around since the start, and I don't think it's going anywhere. Very few that have the same, that can really say the same. But regardless, we are about to see whether or not that comes to pass here on Defora LE. We're here in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. He is the red... What? Red? Terran player. Ooh, he's angry. He has got to be angry here. Coming down from the land of Brisbane. He is going to be representing Legacy Esports. We have Azure.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, returning to the mouse and keyboard to competitive play. He is the 2019 GPO champion, crowned for having 14 GPO wins in a row. A feat that hasn't been accomplished by anyone else, I believe. I could be wrong. I'm gonna have to double check Mia Micah's record.
I think Mia Micah has surpassed that.
I know in total, yes. In a row,
in total, yes, but in a row, I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. But here we have him, the Indian Zerg player representing Downfall Gaming, DFG. It is Demi.
And I usually have this mental image when a player returns, but especially for Demi, because he has started his own tournament. He went down and experienced what it's like to be more of an admin and more of an organizer as opposed to a player. I imagine him, he's in a business suit, and then he just rips it off and says, "I'm jumping in the ring."
Why does it always come down to wrestling with us? What is... It's one of those things where he's like the ref in a match, you know? It's like Starduck. It's like Starduck versus Azure. They're in the ring, and then all of a sudden Demi just rips off his suit and just knocks them down, mate. He just jumps right in.
He does.
Oh god.
So it usually is.
You know what? Normally people from under the ring, they get out the steel chair. He brings out the Bible.
He brings holy water.
Oh my god, we gotta bring back the memes. Like, again, a lot of people, like, they haven't experienced what the Demi Shark is and where that came from. But Demi, like, he's such a strong player, and what we just mentioned, he is known for playing with a book under his mouse. The meme is that it's a Bible.
It's a Bible, yeah.
Oh god.
Allegedly, anyway.
Allegedly.
It's one of the stories when it comes to things like WSG and NZ Champs back when it was still offline. Demi is one of those players who likes to play with an elevated mouse hand.
Yeah.
Ah, man, Revenant was like telling me the rationale behind that, but I don't remember what it was.
You gotta get something big, something thick, like a dictionary, or in Demi's case, sometimes the Bible.
Yeah.
Really, it just.
The thing is, with a Bible, you have it's a double effect, right? Because
yeah.
then you crack open, you're like, yes, I'm getting a holy buff.
Exactly.
And then, when you play on it, it's like double effectiveness.
He's got the holy hands, mate.
That's what it is.
His APM is sanctified. It just does double damage to all these heathens out here. Oh boy, as the game is kind of getting underway, and so far we haven't been able to talk too much about it, but we do see Azure is going for a much more economic opening, a lot more of a modern TVZ opening with a faster CC before Starport.
Yeah, it's a much faster CC before Starport, but this is almost a Frankenstein, I want to say. Like, it's a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
But also a third CC before Starport, so it is very economic, but it's also going to hit very hard when Azure pushes across the map.
Yeah.
It's all on Demi right now to get his defenses in order.
Honestly, I love it. Oh my god, he's even mining from the gas.
We'll see how... Yeah. I guess that's a little quicker.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, it looks like it's the same distance between both CCs, so...
Well, I mean, it just kind of means that maybe you have a couple more. I don't know. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it's
not intentional.
Yeah, it's cool nonetheless. But again, as you said, it was a 2-1-1, so we have plenty of Marines. Stim is about to finish up, so he's going to be looking to push out with his initial 2 medevacs. And what's worrisome is Demi. Okay, never mind. He did dive in and he did scout the production.
He did indeed. So he knows that it's a 2-1-1 coming his way, but he is still being very greedy of his opening. He got the Baneling Nest relatively quickly, but he still does not have a lot of Zerglings he really utilize here. Nowhere near enough to surround these Marines, and definitely not enough to turn to Banelings.
Oh boy, yeah, exactly. As the push is coming out, Demi is morphing in 2 Banelings, and that's not enough. That can be target fired with ease by someone like Azure. I'm just he just droned up so much. I feel like Demi's been a little bit too greedy.
Well, Azure has just attached a scope to his harpoon right now. He is looking to target fire those Banelings.
Yeah, and we'll see how good they are. Again, a lot of Lings are in production for Demi. Decent amount of Queens, but only 2 Banelings. Meanwhile, Azure, he is very tentative to push too far into creep.
Yeah, he is being very cautious over here. I guess that's kind of his playstyle. We can usually expect Azure to reliably be fairly cautious compared to somebody like Seether. That's the target firing we want to see. Nice surround on top of the Marines, but an easy hot pickup away. And again, Azure can absolutely keep this up. He's building up to his main push back at home, and his goal right now with this drop is to just create an attack path for him.
Exactly. Like, he is just completely wiping clean all of this creep that Demi is trying to throw down. Beautiful target fire earlier. Hot picks up, gets a queen, has barely lost anything so far with this aggression.
Really has not. And 16 Marines, you throw that into the rest of the Marines that Azure has back at home, plus the tanks and whatnot, that is a whole face of pain that Azure is going to be hitting Demi with.
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, Demi hasn't really sustained any economic losses. Like, this has been really nice from Azure, but he hasn't really been able to get any workers, and oh, there's a bit of surround. Heli does go down.
And that's a decent amount of Marines being lost over here, to be fair. And I think what you're saying is right. Not losing any, I almost said spores, drones is really good here for Demi. But he was also forced to remake the Zerglings that he lost earlier on. Hasn't really had the opportunity to drone up too hard. He's starting to saturate that third base now, which should be fine. He's got a decent amount of Banelings and Lings out, but again, it's all going to come down to this push.
That it
How
will.
much is Azure going to have to going to be able to get away with?
Yeah, he has a really nice, position here with these 3 tanks. He's trying to be a little bit aggressive with these Marines, but again, Demi, he's just got so much Ling Bane here. A couple of mutas as well, looking to go for a bit of a wraparound. Does get some of this force. Ooh, even the medevacs.
Clears that out. Yeah, and the medevacs, those are some pretty decent health medevacs coming out. Health, energy, that's what I meant to say. But Azure does manage to retreat off a creep over here, and the tanks very well split off. Demi is trying to target down the bio, and he does actually get quite a lot of it.
Yeah.
What? I did not think Demi was going to be able to pull that off.
Yeah, he just had enough Ling Bane as well as the mutas. To be fair though, here come the reinforcements for Azure, and this can be the power of Terran, where as long as your production is non-stop, you can just send wave after wave against your opponents. But Azure, he isn't really taking the initiative. Instead, he's kind of chilling, trying to reconsolidate his army, and he's giving Demi plenty of time to remake those Banelings and expand.
Absolutely has. I was gonna say that's a scary thing for Demi, right? Is as those bio forces move across the map, no Banelings means that they can just stim right on top of it. But Azure did have to come back home, make sure that his macro was up and running, and get a couple of turrets. Not sure how many he's got at the moment, but yeah, I'm sure that that's what he was thinking of when he saw those Mutalus.
Yeah,
being very conservative with him.
Yeah, he has turrets in his main mirror line. Meanwhile, another force here, but honestly, there's not that many Marines. Like, oh god, no splits either.
Yeah, it shows attention definitely elsewhere. I imagine at where these Mutalus were at, Mutalus do take out the medevac and will clear up the forces back at home. Oh man, I'm just trying to imagine these Marines were part of that main force earlier on.
Yeah, Azure would have had a much easier time here. Like, this is really risky to do. Like, these tanks, they are so vulnerable. Like, Demi, even just with these mutas, he can clean all of this up.
Absolutely can. There's just nowhere near enough anti-air here with these Marines, and yeah, this is Demi overwhelming Azure big time right now. We thought he was being a little bit too greedy in the early game, but it is really paying off for him. 86 drones. He does not have to hit that D key anymore, unless he loses drones, of course, but assuming he doesn't, he can just focus 100% on this army.
Exactly. Finally, Azure is starting to switch up his army composition, and we do see a switch from tanks into Widowmines, which, I mean, better late than never, I guess, but like, he's lost so much value already. He really did run out of steam, and now Demi has full map control. It took him a while. Finally, Azure has taken a 4th base, which is incredibly important, but Demi, he's maxed out. He's ready to attack, lay siege to that 4th base.
He absolutely is. He's so close to maxing out over here. Doesn't have too much of a gas spec, so he does still need to be a little bit conservative right now when it comes to his attacks. Can't quite afford to throw away army and remax it.
Oh my god.
Away a lot of the bioforces start to get clumped together here. Look at Demi pull away just at the last second before those mines siege up.
That he did. Meanwhile, the main army is looking to take down the planetary. The repairs are not good enough, and the planetary does fall.
Planetary falls. 19 SCVs fall. I will say that a lot of Mutalisks, I think, were lost over there, but that they've pretty much paid off their use over here, right? They've sniped the tanks, and now they can be used to harass here, but they're not going to be too useful compared to pure Ling Bane. I imagine Demi wants to go into Ultralist fairly soon.
Yeah,
maybe
exactly. Like, the value of these mutas have kind of run their course, so anything extra that he gets is just a bonus for Demi. Also, I was shocked earlier because I don't know if you noticed, but when the attack happened outside the bases here, Azure stimmed and target fired his own tank.
I just assumed the mutas targeted it down.
I don't know if you noticed, but the tank evaporated.
I didn't notice it.
The mutas were nowhere near it.
Evaporated. I was like, whoa, those mutas. Mutas died. I thought the mutas jumped in, killed the tanks, and then died to the bio, and I was like, man, those mutas, they are dedicated. They gave up their life to
I could be wrong. It's about to happen on stream, but I'm pretty sure he stimmed and right-clicked the tank.
I am gonna be staring at my second monitor here. Like, I have a stream open, you know. What up, Seal Pup? What up, Billy? What up, Panette the bird?
Yeah. Shout out to Pilly. He's here cheering for his boy Azure. He's playing his heart out. He's having a pretty rough time again. Demi is free to just expand all over the place. He's taking the rich Vespene gas as well. Now we do have a couple of Thors, but you were talking about it. Like, Demi's not really interested in making more mutas.
He really is not. He hasn't gotten anything apart from his Ling Bane either, though. He's started to work on kindness plating now, but no Ultralists are.
Also, it's about to happen on stream.
I'm looking at it. Wait. It could have been the mutas.
I think it was the mutas. It looked like the Marines. I think it was the mutas.
Chat, if you can rewind that and let us know if you can slow it down. Get some forensics going on here. Detective Max Angel on the case.
Oh god. It all happened at the same time, but I think you're right. I think it was the mutas. Thank God.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Meanwhile, we do have a massive Ling run by across the map, taking out everything here at the 3rd base. At the same time, Azure is taking out the 4th of Demi, but look at all that Ling Bane. Look at all that. Not even Ling, just
Look
Bane.
at all those Banes.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
There's still a lot of Marauders out here from Azure, so yeah, Demi does need to be a little bit careful. It's funny to say that when you see that many Banelings out, don't you? But yeah, he does still need to be careful. Just like so, all of the Banelings evaporating to a mine hit. He's got so many more.
Exactly.
I feel like Demi did not want to make this many Banelings. He still wanted to have quite a number of Zerglings around to buffer for him, but yeah, accidentally made too many. In the end, though, it did not quite matter. Demi, he was free. He was roaming the open oceans for so long, and it allowed him to just devour Azure.
I do think that Azure had a lot of potential earlier on. When he pushed out with his initial drop, like, I think he could have been more aggressive. When there were only 2 banelings to defend, like, he was very... to be fair, Azure had no idea. He had no idea that there were only 2 banelings, and he was being a lot more, you know, a lot more conservative with his force and just kind of on the edge of creep. I don't blame him for that, but... if he had full vision like we did, he would have known, yo, Demi is being so greedy right now, I can just dive in and kill, maybe even like force all the drones off the line at the 3rd, get a couple of drone kills, kill a queen, just deal a bunch of damage early on.
Yeah, hopefully. But, you know, it's one of those instincts that is... I was gonna say it's one of those instincts that you develop over a while, but I'm like, wait, is it? It's got to be, right? It's got to be, right?
Yeah. It also could be a thing where, again, maybe Azure was respecting Demi a little bit too much there, and he could have maybe taken a chance or two. But
yeah, that's a lot better way of phrasing it.
Regardless, we're in game 2.
We are in game 2 over here. Gonna be on Submarine LE. This is Azure's choice, which is, yeah, I mean, he's had quite a bit of success in TVZ on this map, actually, now that I think about it. He is spawning here in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner in the correct color this time. That's really what it was. It was the color kind of messing with him in that last game. He is coming out from the land of Brisbane, one of those Brisbane boys representing Legacy Esports. He is Azure. Hi.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the Submarine LE, we have the Indian Zerg player. He is red. He is representing Downfall Gaming, the FG. Already up 1-0 in this best-of-3 series. The admin himself, the tournament organizer, it is Demi.
So to get unchained.
That he is, and we'll see how Demi does. I love this from Azure. To me, this tells me Azure wants to be aggressive because, I mean, Submarine is a more Terran favored map on this, like, when it comes to this map pool. And I mean, clearly we see Azure on this map many times, pushes across the map, hits so much harder. His bio pushes are going to have a lot more luck here.
Yeah, I think it absolutely will, but it also comes down, will he be aggressive? I feel like so far in the 3 games that we casted, Azure, he's showed signs of wanting to go that route, especially his first game against Demi here, but that caution in him, I feel is like restraining him a little bit. He can't go full on like killer instinct mode here.
Yeah, it could also be like a PTSD sort of thing, you know, like these two, they have a long history, and historically Demi has, you know, had the upper hand against Azure. It's one of those things where I don't know how much Demi's been practicing recently. He has been streaming fairly irregularly over the past couple of weeks, but I don't know. Is this like 6K Demi that we've seen in the past, or where is he right now?
Is he here or is he in Dota?
That's the question.
That's the question, yeah.
Yes. Before there was Tarkov, there was Demi with Dota.
I think like half of the Tarkov boys were also joined Demi in Dota. That's why he hates Tarkov, really.
Oh, that's why he
like, I took my teammates.
Well, that's why he played StarCraft so much in 2020. Because everyone went to play Tarkov. I'm pretty sure he said that himself. He's like, yo, there's no one else to play Dota anymore. Like, well, what do? I have to play StarCraft.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad.
Feels bad. And now he can't even play StarCraft because university's like taking all his free time.
Exactly. Speaking of free time, Azure doesn't have much of it because we got a very early Roach Warren thrown down here by Demi. Demi even skipped Link speed to get that Roach Warren as fast as possible.
Yeah, that's kind of double-edged sword here.
Oh, no.
Submarine, right? Oh, Azure wants to go for Hellbat.
No.
Which, to be fair, Hellbat can do a decent job of, you know, buying time for the Terran player and keeping Roaches a little bit at bay, but he still does not know what's coming in. Now he sees it, but I think it's too late. The Roach is already almost halfway across the map.
Yep. Roaches are on the way. Immediately, the main base does get evacuated. We do have a couple of Widow Mines, which is nice and all, but we need something more here. We need some Banshees. We need some Cyclones, some tanks. We need something. He has nothing, mate. He's got Hellions. He's got Hellbats. Hellbats in a dream and a ramp.
Well, he's gonna have to channel so much of it. Does not want to get supply capped here. He's starting to remake a couple of supply depots deep into his main base, but he's pretty hard supply capped.
That he is. 2 depots get taken out. The natural does get evacuated. Now, to be fair, Demi actually droned up behind this. Like, honestly, he probably could have committed to the Roach attack and maybe even won and broken Azure here, but he respects the ramp, he respects the defensive position, and he backs off, and the game will continue.
Indeed it will. That's really what Demi wanted to get out of it. Just make sure that Azure... I'm assuming he knew that Azure wanted to be a little bit more aggressive here, so just saying, I'm canceling it out, and we're going into a macro game. I'm forcing it.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, he's giving Azure an opportunity here. Nice splits there by Demi, pulling all the drones away. Only 1 drone going down so far, and another here. Not even.
Is he gonna go back to mining? Okay, in the main base he will. The Spore Crawler will come up fairly soon, and he'll be able to get detection and kill that. But over here in the natural base, that's a lot of lost mining time.
It is. The spores do get thrown down, so the Widow Mines will get cleaned up in the end. I do like that Azure was kind of utilizing some of the tech he had to his advantage. You know, the armory was done earlier on, but yeah, Azure is in a really rough place right now.
Absolutely is. I mean, yeah, he definitely is.
But
boy. I mean, it is submarine here, so there is an opportunity for Azure to maybe come out with a couple of drops here or there. They don't take too long to get across the map. If you can just chip away at the mineral lines here of Demi, might be able to get back.
Yeah, exactly, and he's trying with this Liberator. So far, it hasn't been able to find too much damage. He's just trying to. Oh god, ay.
Even keeps. Oh, looked a little dicey for a second, but does manage to keep the Queen alive and chases away the Liberator. Demi is feeling so confident. He's got so much space here.
Mate,
swim around.
Look at the worker count. He's up to 71. He's just.
That's
Demi,
that's like he's already planning for his retirement amount of drones.
Right, Demi, he was so greedy after he pulled away with his roaches. Like his army hasn't changed whatsoever. He is just droned up to 71 workers. Now is the time to make some army. Baneling Nest is about to finish up. Spire being thrown down. Now his tech is affected by this. Like 1-1 is still in the way, for example. Like there is no Baneling speed. So maybe there's an opportunity here for Azure to micro his heart out and deal some damage. We'll see if he finds that.
Yeah, we definitely will. And Azure is cleaning out creep here and there, but honestly, it's still useful, but it's one of the less useful things he can be doing right now.
Yeah, it's he's doing something, right? You know, he's cleaning up creep.
Meanwhile, Demi's like, gonna get to high tech or something along those lines.
Exactly.
He still wants to play out the mutaphase. This is Demi we're talking about. He's not gonna rush into Hive as long as he can play around with his mutas still for a little while longer.
This is really rough. Like Demi, this is his 4th. He's already working on his 5th. Azure is finally pushing out. This is really what Azure has been working on. +1 is about to finish up. Stim is about to finish up. He's looking to try and hit this timing where he's at his strongest, and we'll see what he can accomplish here. Again, still no Baneling speed, still no 1-1 for Demi, so this is the best chance that Azure has.
Yeah, I'd say if we're looking at the armies right now, then it's pretty clear cut that Azure has the advantage, but considering the creep spread light and just how extensive it is, Azure can't really push in right into the throat of Demi right now. He has to spend his time clearing it out.
Yeah.
Demi is buying himself so much more time, and his 1-1 just about going to be finishing up. His
Baneling
speed has finished up, and yeah, this is To say that it's looking rough is a little bit underselling it.
Exactly, as the Ling Bane crashes into the army of Azure.
GG is called, and Demi, from the depths, he rises, and he shows why he's still a monster. I think that harpoon has gotten a little bit too much rust collected on it.
Oof, Jesus. GG, well played. Demi does take down his old rival in Azure, but he's not content with just that. Demi used to be a GPO champion, renowned, feared in the South China Sea, and mate, now he's going up against one of the new blood, one of the new champions. He's going up against Go-Go Joey.
Grudge match. Well, not really a grudge match. I think grudge match would be Go-Go Joey versus Azure. But yeah, no, it's something along those lines.